Hey guys, how are you? Hope everyone is well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So we are week 9, task 2. Yes, we are week 9, task 2. So if you've just come off the back of week 9, task 1, well done on your beautiful. Oh, I won't tell you just in case. But you will know that we have been we've been using a little piece of week 9 task 2 bag. So we are sharing the glue from week 9 task 2. So if you haven't done week 9 task 1 yet, the glue bag that's going to be in week 9 task 2, this task we're doing, we will be using it in week 9 task 1. Alternatively, if you have done week 1 task 9, week 9 task 1 already. The glue, we use the glue from week 9 task 2 bag because we're sharing it across, so you will need to get what's left of that glue which you will have saved. So, that being said, let's go through what we need. So, we are going to need your week 9 task 2 bag. You're going to need your glue, which you've already taken out of here. And then we will also need our blue sheet. You should have a blue sheet in your kits. So get your blue sheet. Now in some of the kits it might be a white sheet. Okay, so in some of your kits you may have a white sheet. It doesn't really matter. If you haven't got a blue one, you will have 2 white ones. Now, one of your white sheets will have a little piece of writing up in one corner, which is T is for. Okay, we don't want to use that one. That's for another task later on. Okay, so if you haven't got a blue sheet, which most of you should have, but there might be some of you who don't. If you don't have one, in your bag you will find a pure plain white sheet. Okay, so it's one or the other, so it's a blue one or a white one, but just make sure you look on both ends to make sure it's not got any writing anywhere on it, because we need that for something else. Okay, so I'm doing this one with the blue. Beautiful. Right, so are we ready? Let's do this thing, peeps. Right, let's have a look in our bag. So you will obviously have your glue. I've already got my glue out. If those of you who haven't got your glue out and ready already, get your glue bag, give it a little corner snip, snip, snip. Be careful with your scissors, and then squeeze some out onto a bag, or this bag once we empty it, okay? Don't worry, as always, you can just pause me and catch up at any time if I'm going too fast. I will be doing this in my real time, which might be too fast for you guys. Okay, so let's have a look to see what's in the bag. All sorts of little funny bits in this one. So we've got some blue tissue paper. Okay, very good. We've got some spongy bits, some funny spongy shapes. Okay, very good. There's lots of funny little spongy shapes in here. So we got some long yellow sticky bits. We've got a yellow circle. These are made from card. We've got some of this spongy stuff, triangles of sponge, and a long stick spongy yellow one. Brilliant, isn't it? Lots of little bits in here. What else is in here? Oh, and I've got another little triangle. Now, in your bags, yours will be different colors to mine, okay? So we've got lots of there's some greens, some blues, and some pinks and some yellows. So we'll be listening out for the shapes, okay? So quite a lot of listening skills in this one. So all those pieces, take them all out, put them to one side in a little pile. And the first thing we're going to do is get our card. Okay, so your blue or your white card. And all I want you to do is really simply, along the bottom, get your glue. And if you haven't squeezed your glue out already, pause me and do that. Get your glue and just put some glue along the bottom of the sheet. Okay, we don't need to be too much, about that much. Yeah, let me put my fingers on here so you can see about that much on the bottom of the sheet. Nothing too crazy, and spread it out all along the bottom. Okay? So I'm going to show you what I've done. There you go, that's a good shot. So you don't need too much, just about that much along the bottom. That's all we need, nothing too crazy. Beautiful. And it doesn't matter which side of the white or blue sheet you use, as long as, remember, if you're using the white sheet, we're using the one that has no other writing on it. Beautiful. Right, we good? If you haven't and you're still gluing, just pause me now. And if you are up to speed with me, great. And for those of you who have paused me, well done. Hold up. So we're going to get some of our blue sheets of tissue paper. Now yours might be a slightly different shade of blue, or there might be slightly different shapes. But basically, all we're going to do is take these and scrunch them up a little bit. Okay. So I'm going to scrunch mine up into kind of just a long shape like this. And all I want to do is on the glue that I've got at the bottom, I'm going to put it down. Now we don't want it to be super flat. We want it to be a little bit crazy bumpy. A bit like the waves in the sea. Clue? Hint? I don't know. So, that's that one. I'm going to tear a piece off this one. You don't have to use it all. Remember, you can always keep these and use them for something else. Scrunch that one up. I need a little one there. I'm going to need one more. Scrunchy, scrunchy. So you can do some ripping and some tearing and get it in there. Got a little hole. I'm going to fill it up here. So again, it doesn't have to be in one clean piece. It certainly doesn't need to be really flat and smooth. So any way you want, even if there's a big bumpy bit sticking up, that's absolutely fine. We don't mind. That's all perfectly good. There you go. There's my one. Turn it sideways so you can get an idea that it's not flat in any way, shape or form. It's all bumpy and all sticking out and all a bit super crazy. Beautiful job. Fantastic. Right, so pop that one down. I'm going to hold it like this so you guys can see it. Right, are we ready? So we're going to go to our bag or all of our bits that are in the table in front of us, okay? And we're going to look for this one. Now, like I said, so it's the biggest piece, basically, of all of these funny spongy things, okay? And you'll see that it's got a wide top, so the top is really wide, and it's got a narrower bottom, and it's got two V shapes that go in like this, so a diagonal. So yours might be blue like this one, or it might be green, or it might be yellow, or it might even be pink. Loads of cool colors in there. So you can put them out in front of you, big people, for you, and you can maybe ask your little people which one is the biggest piece, okay? And then we can talk about the colors. What color is your one? My one is blue. Very good. Now, you can also have a look at it and you'll see on the faces, hold it here against my black t-shirt, the faces, which are the big wide piece on this side and the big side on this one, is they've got different textures. One is a bit flatter and smoother and one is like bumpy. Which side you use doesn't matter. It's completely up to you guys, whichever one you like to face out. So I like that kind of cool bumpy side. Got like lots of little divots or little holes in it. So I'm going to have that side pointing out. And so on the opposite side, I'm going to put some glue. So we're going to get a little dollop of glue and spread it on. Now you don't have to cover the whole thing. There you go. I've just got one big dollop on the back there. And all this is going to do is in the middle, just there above our tissue paper, we're going to pop him in like that. Okay? So it's going to look a bit like that. Now this, for those of you who may not have guessed, is a little boat. Yes, this is a boat, and this is the bottom of the boat. And the bottom of the boat is called a hull. Okay, it's called a hull, a hull. And that's what this one is. The blue hull on the sea, on the tissue paper sea. Ha ha! Very good. Now this is a special boat. This is a sailboat. And what's cool about sailboats is they move along using the power of the wind. Okay? So it needs to have sails. So these triangles that we have here, these shapes, are going to be our sails. But before we put our sails on, the sails have to hold on to something. Because they don't just float in the air all on their own. They're tied to something. And what they're tied to is this long yellow one. So you should have a long, spongy yellow or blue one. Okay? So not the cardboardy ones. There should be one long blue or yellow one. And this is our mast. Okay? So it's a spongy one. And it's going to be long, blue, or yellow. Longer than all the other ones. Okay? And it's called our mast. And that's what holds up our sails. So we're going to take this one and we're going to put a little bit of glue on one side. Ooh, tricky this one because it's quite thin. So one side, it doesn't matter which side, but we're going to be sticking it long ways. So from the bottom all the way up to a big straight one, right from the middle of our boat, our hull, we're going to pop him in the middle like that. There you go. Look, super job. Nice. Very good. Now remember, team, as always, I'm going at my speed, so if you need to pause me to catch up or put your glue on, just hit pause, absolutely fine. Right, now that we have our mast on, it's time to put our sails on, okay? So, just like before, as always with these, scoop and put a little bit of glue on one side. And again, if you have a look at it, you'll see there are different textures on each side. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on mine, and I'm going to put my mast in place. Now we don't want our mast to be touching the hull, so we're going to leave a little bit of space between the hull and our mast. Okay? Push it up a little bit if you want, that's absolutely fine. Very good, so it goes a little bit like that. And then we're going to do exactly the same with the other mast. Now you'll have to remember, you have to check which way you're going to turn it to choose which side you're going to put your glue on. So make sure you put it on your page first. Make sure you're happy with the angle that you're going to be putting it on and which side, and then put your glue on, okay? Now if you accidentally put glue on the wrong side, don't worry. Just leave it alone or get your brush, scrape it off, and then just turn it over and put it on the other side. Okay, remember, mistakes happen all the time. We don't mind little mistakes, it's how we learn. So pop that down on the other side, again, leaving a little space between the sail and the hull. Beautiful job. Now, every good boat has a flag. So with this little triangle, again, yours might be a yellow one like mine, or it might be a blue one, or it might be a pink one, or it might be a green one. They are all different colors, but exactly the same. And now our sails always go right on the very, very tippy top of our mast. Now you can have your sail pointing whichever way you want. I put my sail pointing that away. You could have your sail pointing that away, but it goes on like that, like a little flag, not sail, a flag even, a little flag on top of our boat. You can see it's really coming together as a boat now, isn't it? Yeah, wow, cool. Super job. Now, I know in all the times I go sailing, not very often, once I think I've been sailing, it's always good to do it on a lovely sunny day, isn't it? Of course it is. And so that's what these last few pieces are, is our sun, our big yellow circular spherical sun. So we're going to get our sun, pop some glue on him, one side again. It won't matter which side you put it on. That's all good, don't worry about that. Take your sun, and then I'm going to pop it up on this side, right up into the corner. There you go. Beautiful job. And the last few are these ones. These are our little, or these are long sun rays. The rays of the sun. Okay? So, what we're going to do is, these are quite long, and yours are probably going to be about the same length as mine, quite long. I'm just going to tear mine in half. Now, you could be very, very delicate and use the scissors like that, or you can be like Alan and just tear them. Why not? Okay, and then we end up with 4 shorter sun rays, and all we're going to do is put some glue on the end. Okay, you can just rub it in your glue if you're on your palette like me. Watch what I'm doing. I just hold it in my fingers and I just give it a little rub in my glue. Or if you want to be super delicate and super skilled, like I know all of you guys are, you can do a little scoop and a little dollop. And all we're going to do is pop them underneath the sun. Now again, like before in our previous task, we only put a little piece of glue on the end. So what happens is it ends up sticking up a little bit. And we really love it when things are raised off our papers because it makes it look like it's got that cool 3D effect. 3D means 3-dimensional. So it has length, depth, and width. So it looks like it stands off the page a little bit. So I'm just going to pop those in. 1, number 2, number 3, anywhere at all. You guys can put them anywhere you want. And you guys can cut them up even smaller if you want to make them even shorter to have more of them. Or if you've got some yellow card or some yellow paper lying around, you can make your own. Oh, pop it in over the top. And look, I'm even going to leave it sticking out over the top. Crazy. Breaking all the rules. Yeah. Crafting rules. All other rules still apply. Okay, there you go. And there you have your beautiful foam boat traveling on the sea. Fantastic. Well done, you guys. Really, really good job. Really, really good job. So we have had our special week 9 where we've had our task 1, which was our... I'm not telling you because this is task 2. You might not have done task 1. But task 2 is the end of our week 9, and we have our lovely boat scene made from sponge cloths and our lovely waves with our boat, which is made up of our hull, our hull, our mast, our sails, a beautiful flag across the top, and of course finished off with our wonderful, beautiful, lovely, shiny sun. Fantastic. Well done, you guys. Give yourselves a big clap for being amazing. As always, we love to see your pictures. We love to see anything that you guys have that you can send us in. And we look forward to seeing you all hopefully on the live sessions next week, or if not, back here when you pre-recorded videos, having a great time. Take care, everybody. Bye.